living family. Good morning, and welcome to the breakfast, or where we have the dynamic duo in Mikey G and Lady Elise. And I'm here as I'll soon figure it out. I'll soon figure it out. But welcome to another meaningful Monday. I think I crafted that one after listening to a video. And the encouragement is to make every moment meaningful. And so it is therefore necessary to make sure that today, Monday, is meaningful Monday. Good morning, Lady Elise, Mikey G. Yes, Lady Elise. How are you this morning?
I do not want to not recognize what Mikey G just said, because certainly it is a profound statement, and we recognize that in the midst of life or at the end of life there is death. So many persons are grieving, but I must hasten to correct CoraleeKaren when she says the dynamic duo, and she doesn't know. She's thinking, so it's the dynamic trio. And of course, if you listen to that start by Arthur Scott himself, reminding CoraleeKaren, join Mikey G, CoraleeKaren, and Lady Elise. So I want to thank you so much, CoraleeKaren, for adding your rich flavor to the breakfast hour, making it certainly more meaningful. And as we continue the discussion this morning, I know Mikey G is getting ready to share a video, and taking that video into putting it into perspective as we live. Each morning when we get up, we are deciding that we are living and we are making every moment count. And we are certainly not keeping it to ourselves. So CoraleeKaren is a valued member of the breakfast hour and the flashpoint team. Thank you very much. I must make that correction.
Duly corrected, Lady Elise. Thank you so very much for making the very strong statement. But we're here this morning is a breakfast hour to share a sumptuous meal. Is usually the intention is usually to make it sumptuous. And so we ask our viewers and our listeners to give us feedback. What were your thoughts on the discussion? Usually it's topical and mind-provoking or thought-provoking. And so we would love to know how it impacted you. You may have comments or you may have thoughts. We invite you to share them, because it's how we know that it's making sense to you. And maybe if you are able to fashion it let us know how it landed with you as well. So we encourage you to participate by commenting in the various chats that are available. And we're here to make sure you have a good start to the morning so that it is indeed meaningful today, and that you're reminded that there's so many reasons to make it so. Oh, great.
Always get myself in trouble like this. Let me start again. I want to say a good morning to the Muir family, who indeed have been are celebrating a new birth. Not born yet, but on its way. And when I say on its way, it's because they say it is it because you don't know if it's a he or a she. I don't know what it means by that. It. But if you don't know if it's a he or a she, then it's it. It. Anyways, I'm just thinking about it now. I remember when going to school and they taught me that in school. Maybe some of the things they're teaching in school I might not want to adapt to quite recently. But I want to say to the Muirs, congratulations on your newborn. Of course, when we come back.
You start on one trajectory and then you allow your mind to wander and then you're perplexed.
I'm perplexed because I just thought about the thing. I said to myself, you know, I'm listening to people don't even know if I'm a man or they're a woman, and I don't know what a child is, and they don't know what this is, and we don't know anymore. So I'm thinking, has school gotten so complex that even knowing what we are now is difficult to identify? And after studying for many years, I have a PhD and master's degree and a PhD professorship being claimed, and you still can't identify a simple thing as your mother or your father. You don't know which one is father, you don't know which is mother. It is troubling. And I want to know, my mind went there when I said, we are celebrating a newborn, and I don't know what it is. And when I said it, it just brought back to my mind when I went to school, it says that because the child is not yet born or identified, you have to call it it. So I'm saying anything that is unidentified must be called it. Or you can't clearly identify it, has to be called it. So
would this help, Mikey G? Would this help because it's one or the other? Would you be more receptive if the term was he or she?
Yeah, because that's what it says. It says he, she, or it. That's the concept. When we went to school, when I went to school, I say, because maybe the education that I got was the wrong type of education. It was not well thought out yet, and of course, it wasn't properly investigated. So that education might not be. So I possibly could be walking. Anyways, so he, she, or it was the conversation when I went to school.
I was just saying, maybe for you could leave off the it, and so for the Muirs, as they celebrate the prospective addition to their family, you could say he or she, since they have not yet identified the sex.
He or she, and that sounds like you mix up two things. He or she is like a two thing inside here. You know, like she have a what you call, you know, those Siamese twins with a he over here and a she over here.
I was trying to help Lady Elise, and I failed. I failed miserably this morning. I think we'll leave Mikey G in his state of perplexity.
Anyways, I don't want
when
to
you
talk
have
about
no
that
choice.
anymore. I want to leave
I
it like
think
that.
I think perhaps you have no choice. But of course, we want to say congratulations to the viewers
Yes.
who are expecting
A brand new baby.
yes, a
He
bouncing
or
baby.
she
We're not
or
sure if it's
it.
male or female.
We don't know if
But
it's he or she or it.
he or she, I will leave it at he
That.
or she. But certainly, congratulations. Life is a blessing. It is certainly a blessing. And once we have the privilege and the honor of being parents, certainly we give God thanks for that as well. It's nothing that you have done, all those wonderful things that you enjoy doing. No, 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 no. It's certainly a blessing from the Lord. It's breakfast hour and it's meaningful Monday. And we are going to tell you why we have themed it Meaningful Monday. And I hope that you will certainly gain something from your experience here this morning. Now, and Mikey G has a video queued up.
Yes.
That was shared with us by someone who is very close to the Flashpoint team. And certainly it reminded us, and certainly we need a reminder every now and then because we get so frantic when life throws things at us. And I'm not sure, but we'll share that video with you and certainly let you get that perspective as well.
All right. So when we come back, of course, this segment is brought to you by M&M Construction for all your construction need right here in the Grand Cayman Island.
Looking to build your dream home or renovate your space? M&M Construction is the perfect place. We bring your vision to life with precision and quality craftsmanship. From design to construction, we guide you every step, ensuring seamless coordination and superior results. Our professional roof inspection and maintenance services will ensure that your roof is sturdy this hurricane season. So, if you are ready to start your construction journey, call us today at 345-927-7509. Build with confidence. Build with M&M Construction. 345-927-7509.
Just want to give us a reminder this morning of how life can be and in the essence of it as how we carry on sometimes through life. We have listened to the conversation about us being, we were born and then we raise through our teenage years and we want to be adults so we can have our own stuff. But then all of these stages of life comes with different aspects of it. I would suggest to our young people and to all that we be mindful that our age not stopping, it keep moving, and to enjoy the moments of your life as they come. Of course, I'm going to share this video with you. I hope you can take from it for yourself your own bit of information.
If someone had told me that at 77 years old, I'd spend 2 months in a nursing home, I would have laughed. I never thought I'd end up there. Not yet, at least. But life has a way of teaching us lessons when we least expect it. I went in thinking it was just temporary, a brief stay for recovery. But those 2 months changed me. They opened my eyes to things I had never seen before. About aging, about regrets, about life itself. Some lessons were painful, others enlightening. But all of them were necessary. I met people who had been there for years. Some had family visit them, others had been forgotten. Some were at peace, others were filled with regret. And in those quiet conversations and long nights of reflection, I learned 7 lessons that I believe everyone, young or old, needs to hear. Because no matter how young you are today, one day you will be old too. And when that time comes, what kind of life will you have lived? Number 1, loneliness is the greatest disease. You might think that a nursing home is just about medical care, about food and shelter. But what I realized is that the biggest struggle is not physical, it's emotional, it's loneliness. There are people here who haven't had a visitor in months, sometimes years. Their children are too busy. Their friends are gone. And no matter how good the staff is, they can't replace the warmth of family. The hardest part of growing old is realizing that the world moves on without you. I learned that loneliness is the heaviest burden of old age, and I wish I had built stronger relationships before I got here. I wish I had spent less time chasing money and more time making meaningful connections. Number 2, health is more valuable than wealth. I met a man who used to be a successful businessman. He owned multiple properties, had luxury cars, traveled the world, but now his body has betrayed him. He cannot eat without assistance. He cannot walk. His wealth means nothing in a place where his own body refuses to obey him. No matter how rich you are, you cannot buy back your health. If I could go back, I would take better care of my body. I would exercise more, eat better, and stress less. Because in the end, what good is money if you don't have the strength to enjoy it? Number 3, material things lose their meaning. I once had a house filled with things, furniture, clothes, decorations collected over the years. Now I live in a single room with a few belongings. And you know what? I don't miss any of it. The things we spend our lives accumulating will eventually become meaningless. The only things that matter in the end are the memories we made and the people we shared them with. If I could go back, I'd spend more time creating moments, not collecting objects. Number 4, independence is precious. Imagine living your whole life being independent, making your own choices, and suddenly you have to ask for help to do the simplest things, getting dressed, using the bathroom, eating a meal. That is the reality of many here. If you can still move, still think clearly, still do things on your own, cherish it. Don't take it for granted, because the day you lose your independence, you will realize it was one of the greatest gifts life ever gave you. Number 5, true happiness comes from simple things. There was a woman here, 85 years old, who always had a smile on her face. I asked her one day, "What's your secret to happiness?" She said, "I don't think about what I lost. I enjoy what I still have." She taught me that happiness isn't in the big things. It's in the simple moments. A good conversation, a warm cup of tea, the feeling of sunlight on your face. When you stop chasing happiness, you realize it was always in the little things. Number 6, forgiveness brings peace. As I spent my days in the nursing home, I saw many people carrying the weight of old grudges, resentments towards their children, past friends, even their late spouses. And I noticed something. The people who held on to bitterness were the ones who suffered the most. It wasn't their enemies who were trapped in pain. It was them. One woman confided in me, her voice trembling with regret. "I wish I had forgiven my sister when she was still alive. Now, it's too late." Those words stayed with me, echoing in my mind. In that moment, I understood. A heavy heart only burdens the one who carries it. I made a choice. I forgave, not because they deserved it, but because I deserved peace. I let go of past pain, of words that could never be taken back, of regrets that could never be undone. And suddenly, I felt free, lighter, as if I had been carrying stones in my heart for decades, and at last, I had put them down. If there is someone in your life you need to forgive, do it now, not for them, but for you, because At the end of life, peace is worth more than pride. And when the final chapter comes, you don't want your last thought to be, I wish I had let go sooner. Number 7, every day is a gift. Don't waste it. One morning in the nursing home, I woke up to hear that a resident had passed away in his sleep. The night before, he was laughing with us at dinner, talking about his childhood memories, sharing stories of a life well lived. And just like that, he was gone. In that moment, something inside me shifted. I realized that life is fragile. No matter how healthy, how strong, how careful we are, tomorrow is never promised. We waste so much time on things that don't matter, on worries that never happen, on regrets we cannot change. We hold on to grudges. We push aside the things that bring us joy. We tell ourselves, one day, I'll do this. One day, I'll say that. But that one day never comes until suddenly it's too late. The biggest lesson I learned? Live while you still can. Don't wait for the perfect time to enjoy life. It doesn't exist. The perfect time is right now. Tell the people you love how much they mean to you. Make memories, not excuses. Appreciate every sunrise as if it's your last. Laugh every chance you get, because when your time comes, you won't regret the things you did. You'll only regret the moments you let slip away. Every day is a gift. Don't waste it. 2 months in a nursing home may not seem like much, but it was enough to change me, enough to make me realize that life is not measured in years but in moments. And the quality of those moments is shaped by the choices we make every single day. Some people in that nursing home had no regrets. They had lived well, loved deeply, and were at peace. Others wished they had done things differently. More than anything, I learned that aging is not about how many years you have left, but how you spend the ones you do. I no longer fear aging, but I do fear wasting time. If you're watching this, no matter how old you are, remember this. Don't wait until it's too late to value your health, your relationships, and your sense of purpose. Because when you're sitting in a room with nothing but memories, you'll wish you had made more of them. Life is short. Live with meaning. Love without hesitation. And most of all, never take a single day for granted.
Powerful words this morning of wisdom. Never take life for granted.
And that's the meaningfulness of it, right? It's as you go through, here we are faced with growing older every single day. And what I certainly got from the discourse is don't be too fast in how you traverse the journey. Take time to appreciate it. You know, there's so many people who are busy doing a lot of things and busy doing nothing sometimes.
Yes.
You know, and I've had occasions where I'm rushing to, and there've been moments when I've stopped and said, but really, what are you rushing to? Imagine rushing home. Home is not going to move. It's not as if you don't get there by a certain time, it's going to change its form. It's your home. And whereas I understand that my intent was to get my wusa moment, you know, in the moment when you shed all the
stress.
But when you get there, yeah, but when you get there, it's your space. If it's whatever time you get there, and so it certainly caused me to say, it's not worth it. Take your time. There's no need to rush on the road. Just enjoy the moment. And so the video was certainly instructive. The 7 things. Enjoy health. Enjoy moments with special persons. Don't be too hasty in getting through the day, but make sure that you find the meaningfulness of every single moment.
And there's this thought about youngness. Youngness. Youngness comes with a price of the mindset of disillusioning yourself.
Mikey G, I'll say we have heard the phrase said quite often, youth is wasted on the young.
On the young.
And of course, it's so important for us to actually not only listen to these messages, but also make the necessary changes, right? Because you reach to the stage when you're looking back, and then you wish you had done certain things differently. And so this person, 76 years old, reflecting and said, I wish I had done this, I wish I've loved more and cared more. And one of the things that I recognize, Mikey G, and of course CoraleeKaren, is that we need to certainly tell others how we feel about them, and certainly
While you still can.
Don't have anybody up either. Even you might have persons that you don't exactly get along with, but certainly it's not worth carrying that weight. Let it go and forgive and live a life just in that mode, and that you're giving God a thanks.
Yes.
And certainly enjoy every moment. Let's make today actually meaningful Monday, meaningful Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because the truth is, we don't know how much time we have left.
Absolutely. So make it matter.
Here's a gem that I just took.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it. Live while you still can. That's one of the gems that I took from it. Live while you still can.
Agree, because there's going to be a time when you will expire, right? We all have an expiration. We all have an expiration date, and so what we ought to do is therefore make sure that we allow God to direct our paths. There are times when we feel that we have to be pursuing, and there's nothing wrong with gaining and having the ambition to be better than you were yesterday, but it should not be to the detriment or to the exclusion of finding joy. So if it is that you're pursuing a career, you're pursuing your family, let the journey be a part of the process and not just the destination.
Here's a rule on that. Some persons say, so I was celebrating my grandson's birthday a few days ago.
Okay.
I said, Mikey G, you're a grandfather. When people talk about grands and grandfather and grandmothers, it's like a shameful thing to me. I said, why would you say that? Why would it, I didn't know you were, I said, this is the most elevated position that any man or human being, a woman, could possess in their life. Seeing the next generation of them come into this world, producing it and watching it grow. I mean, come on. Everybody who farms plant seeds You can imagine you plant something and it just never come from the ground. It dies.
Yeah.
Something is wrong with that soil, you know. And so if you see yourself not producing anything, check something. So my pride comes from watching it, and it's a proud moment, and it's like I'm just so elated to understand that I did this thing, and I'm ashamed of myself that I didn't make more little ones.
Have mercy. In true Mikey G form.
Yeah, I'm ashamed of myself that I didn't make more little ones to bring more grands. I watched a lady celebrated 100 and something grandchildren, and I was like, what? This man? What? I was like, what? Or the next generation of her or him was like 100. I'm like, oh my God. Why that couldn't be Mikey G? Why? Why, God? I've wasted my life. You know, so.
No. Well, here's the thing. Here's the meaningfulness of it. You have the opportunity, Mikey G, even now.
I know. You know, Elise might remember the story.
Abraham, remember? Abraham.
You might remember the story of Sarah and Abraham, right?
Yes.
And so here is Sarah who says to Abraham, Abraham, we can't have. The angel says you're going to have children. Sarah laughed. We are too old. We are too old. No, Sarah, you are too old. Because the thing is, the problem with this is, remember this all the time, guys. That's why we talk about women's time to have children. It's important for the and it's something that nobody wants to teach it, you know. You want to teach the young ladies to get careers first and get all the things first, and when now your eggs are in trouble and they are not properly where they're supposed to be, then you want to have children when they're 35 and passing that into putting them at risk and the children at risk. Now, I mean, I'm saying this clearly, I'm truthful. Not saying that women mustn't have your education, not saying you must, but there must be a clear path in how to do it. Can't be at the risk of childbearing and having children. So there must be a balance somewhere there. Let's revisit that thought. Think about it a little bit. So Sarah said to Abraham,
Yes.
I can't have the children. I have a young servant named Hagar. I'm going to if you make her your wife, you can have children with her, and of course, that could be what God says. I'm telling the story as the Bible said. I didn't make it up. Abraham died on the same night. Bam!
Mm-hmm.
Hagar she had the baby like the next day. Right? She had the baby like the next day. She had a son called Ishmael almost immediately. Well, not so quick, but you know, I'm just making it up. But anyways, she got pregnant. Boom. You figure it out that Abraham, after Sarah died, had more children after that.
So you're saying that despite his age, he was still very virile.
Well, the thing is, Abraham probably didn't know at the time, but the science was there to say it afterwards. Dr. K will come on Monday and Wednesday and tell us about why do men still make seeds even in their old age, new ones, while women don't make any new eggs because the ones that they were born with is the one that you won't have again. These are some simple biological differences between men that we hear that we are equal. That we are the same as each other, and it's not true.
So, Mikey G, so you're pretty much saying that at this stage you have the opportunity to reach 100.
Not at this stage. You make it sound weird yourself when you say at this stage. At this stage, what? I'm in my prime.
That's exactly what I'm saying. At this stage where you have come to the realization that you have, well, not done as much as you would want to. I'm saying at this stage of realization, you can change.
Oh my God. Elise, I'm going to leave this one right there. Here's where I'm going to go. I'm saying this is a choice that Mikey G can make. And Mikey G has made this choice already. I've gone and enjoyed my long life and doing what I've done. thanking God for the kids that I have, you know, and I'm really loving the idea that they are part of my life. This is something that is very important in the world where there's what you call abortionists. Is that even a term these days? Wanting to kill the children. So here's one thing that I wanted to leave with us this morning. Old age, when you get old, this is a wicked, wicked thing. When you're the most important person in the room, Lady CoraleeKaren.
Yes.
Right now, you're good at your job. Lady Elise is good at her job. I am good at my job. And when the old age comes, I become irrelevant and the world move on without me doing that.
Yeah.
Sad.
And well, you know what? I would suggest that what we should do is take it for what it is, you know? And the truth is that after a while, your function will not be as alert as when you're younger. And so knowing that, it means that your actions, going right back to the video that you played, Michael, is to say to us, at every stage of our lives, make sure the priority is right. So as you are in the workplace and you're doing well at your job, recognize that at some point you're going to be replaced. Make sure that it is not sacrificing, or you're not sacrificing the important things in your life. And a lot of times what happens is that our families are the ones who get left behind. They're not given the amount of attention. So we will stay late to work on a project and burn the midnight oil. But by the time we are home, the children are asleep. And if we continue on that trajectory, we never spend time to nurture the children. And I'm speaking both male and female here, because I was listening to a program last night about family, and the preacher said boys and girls need their fathers. So it's not okay for the man to say, well, I'm providing for my family, and that is justification for staying late every evening to work, you know. There is a reason why it's mom and dad, because both play an important role in bringing up the children, and they should not be sacrificed at any time. So the earlier we realize that work is going to kick us out at some point, but we're going to be kicked out to the home that we would have abandoned or we would have sacrificed as a result, then a part of the video mentioned children who have gotten busy. So maybe they too saw the example of the parents and have gotten so engrossed in work that
but the reality sometimes
the cycle continues. The cycle continues because parents were too busy to take care of the children. Children now are too busy to come and look for their parents.
Well, we have been grooming the society for a long time, you know.
Yeah.
We have been grooming the society to behave the way it behaves for a long time.
And so which is what I'm saying, is a realization. So now we have to change the generational curse, as it may, because it has not worked. It's not working.
It's not going to work.
And it will never work, because guess what? When work kicks you out, are you coming back to a space where children are inclined to take care of you? And I'm not saying that.
And this is not because you didn't take care of and this is not because you never take care of your children, you know. Don't mistake that.
Yeah.
Not because you didn't take care of the kids and then now you're seeing them being ungrateful and disrespectful. You have given everything. I've watched mothers, fathers give everything to the kids, and those little brats, when they grow up, they look back with disdain on their parents and disrespect, and they reward their parents with disrespect after mistreating them, after benefiting from the hard labor and work for years of their service, giving away everything to them, grow them up, take care of them, and then to come back, see them talking to the parents as if the parents is their child.
Or that they didn't do enough. And so
I like the Italian mobsters. You can't go and talk to the daddy like that. Even when he's 100, as you go and get a slapper right across your face, you won't get a chance again. You can't be disrespectful to the elders. You must be respectful to them. And so we have taught our youngsters to be disrespectful to elders or to their elders. When we talk about to their elders, we're not talking about old people to be obsolete. We're talking about elders who have knowledge and wisdom that you might be careful of wanting to get some of that with your imbecilic, stupid self. Not trying to get any and trying to be on your own, making all the mistakes you can make and then kill yourself and everybody with you and then say, oops. Don't be stupid. The Indians were on the reservation and said to the people, eat only what you need to survive. We have food shortage after that because we didn't do that. Simple thing.
Yeah. So
Land
what I
will take care of you.
though, Michael, is that, you know, we have presented both sides. Don't exclude your children and don't be over indulgent with them. Make sure that it means something to you. So as an individual, as a mother, as a father, as an individual, make sure that you're not giving of yourself, but that you're totally making yourself meaningful to you. Make it matter to you, whether at work, whether at home. Make sure that each moment you're giving enough to sustain those around you, but not to the exclusion of yourself. Make sure that you matter to yourself as well. So enjoy the little moments. Yes, you have to work hard and make sure that you support your family, but also enjoy it together. Take time out to enjoy the moments and as an individual, so that if the child comes and decide that they are not going to be grateful, you're not regretting it. So give as much as any. One of my friends said, you know, his daughter came to him and said, Dad, I'd like to do my master's, after he would have taken her through her undergrad. And he says, well, listen, this is where I am. I have supported you to this point. I have no problems. I'll encourage you, but guess what? The money that I'm going to pay for you to do the master's, I am going to take it and enjoy it with my wife. It's time now for us to go and put our feet in at this, you know, go to the spa.
We need to go to the spa now. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that money is going to be for my enjoyment along with your mom. So go now. I've given you enough. I'm not giving you all of me. And that's a good point to make. You know, give enough, but not all, because you still matter at this moment, at every single stage. Make sure you matter as well. And then and then the expectation is not that it's going to be managed, because if you would have enjoyed yourself along the journey, then what they do is totally up to them. You're not dependent on them at that time. You would have said, it's my turn, I'm going to enjoy it as well. If they do not come and express appreciation, that's fine, because I knew what I was doing and that I had a cutoff, a point where I said, enough is enough. You now can go on and build on it.
I want to say good morning to Mama this morning, all the way in Hanover, Jamaica this morning. I want to say good morning.
Mama.
Morning, Mama. I want to say to that she is an inspiration to some of the things that we do here at Flashpoint. So I want to say I big her up this morning, and she knows. She knows. Of course, I guess this is where we end our show this morning, and I guess we have come to that point in the breakfast hour when we want to say goodbye. But of course, Lady CoraleeKaren, we have said so much. Lady Elise.
Yeah. Well, Lady Elise had to drop off a bit.
Okay, all right, fine. So let's do it this way. 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 Let's say goodbye. Guys, like, share, and subscribe to flashpointmedia.ky, to our radio, of course, playing 24 hours. But remember to always subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed before, hit the like button. And of course, when these shows comes on, you will get them first of all. Thank you for joining. Lady CoraleeKaren, take us away.
Absolutely. Make it a meaningful Monday. And hopefully we would have expounded on what it means to be meaningful and that it landed with you. And as a result, that you will be intentional in making it so today. It's your moment, and make the most of every single opportunity that you get. Life is for living, and it's certainly for us to enjoy it and make it meaningful.
I'm Audley Scott, and you're listening to Flashpoint Radio. Rise and shine. Your morning boost of inspiration, news, and fun. With Mikey G, Lady Elise, and CoraleeKaren, the unmistakable combination synergized to navigate.